The great age of exploration that began so quietly in Portugal during the early 1400s brought many changes. Colonization caused a huge population shift from one side of the Atlantic Ocean to the other. And while the Europeans came willingly and quite often got richer, the Africans were forced to come and usually lived as slaves in extreme poverty. But in spite of its tragedies, the great age of exploration succeeded in increasing our knowledge of geography, and communication developed between peoples of the world that previously had not even known of one another's existence. And as more and more ships crossed the great oceans, the different races, cultures, and religions of the world eventually began to share ideas and learn from one another. And in this way, the foundation was laid down for the modern, interdependent world in which we live today. Trade with the Far East in the 15th century was controlled by Muslim traders who would sell their Asian spices, silks, jewels, and porcelains only to European traders from the city-states of and the great age of exploration began at a time when Europe was leaving the medieval era and entering the historical period of cultural rebirth called the country of developed an important school of navigation in the 1400s. The explorer named was the first European to reach India by sailing around the tip of Africa. The development of new ships called helped make world exploration possible in the 1400s. Three important goals of the early explorers were to and Columbus believed that the lands of lay only about 4,000 miles to the west of the western coast of Africa. The first Spanish colony in the New World was established by the continents of the New World are named after a merchant explorer named In the 16th century, a man named led the Spanish conquest of the Aztecs, while a man named led the Spanish conquest of the Incas.